Hello, all my mense. Hello, all my people. I greet you from South Africa. So I will do this video in English. I want to say thank you to everyone that listens to the video. It's Friday afternoon. Hallelujah. Thank you, my Creator Almighty, that this week is finished. Tomorrow, at least, I can spend my Sabbath with my Creator. His name is Yahweh. And so it's Friday, 23rd of May 2025. It's not as cold as yesterday. It's 17.5 degrees, 39% humidity, 12 minutes past 4 South African Standard Time. So I'm doing this video. I did not know that there are people from America listening to my videos, but thank you, Nan. So first of all, I want to tell you that the reason I'm making these videos and putting my face on social media is not because I want to have fame. The videos you're listening to is not for me to gain any fame or jump up and down when I get famous, or I'm not famous. I'm just a normal South African man living in a South Africa that has been buggered up. So if you don't like me, if you don't like that I smoke on video, it doesn't bother me, man. Then you're missing the point. If you're looking at my video just to see my facial expressions or see how I behave myself, or want to point the finger at me because I'm cursing, then maybe this video is not for you. I'm not doing it for you. My message is to tell you the truth. So I've got some comments there. I see the people, they don't understand what the message is. They want to focus on me. But don't focus on me. Focus on the message. Focus on the message. So I just watched a few videos on what happened now with this debacle of Cyril Ramaphosa, our resident of South Africa, and the wonderful President Donald Trump. And I can tell you, the politicians of South Africa, they are a bunch of clowns. It's a laughing matter, because I can just the same say, turn around and say, this country I'm living in there is a crazy circus. South Africa is a crazy circus. It's not even a normal circus with shows there. It's just flipping crazy there. So before I go on Tuesday, the 21st of May, 2025, was an anniversary for we, the people of South Africa. In 1983, on the 20th of May, 1983, something happened in Pretoria on Church Street. There was a bomb planted that killed 17 people, 17 civilians, and maimed and hurt a lot of civilian people, and also killed the two bombers that planted that bomb on Church Street. So for me, that's like a Memorial Day. The 20th of May, 1983, when the Mkhonto weSizwe, the MK, that is now the military wing of the ANC, planted a bomb on Church Street in Pretoria to go off while the most civilians were in the street. And luckily those bombers blew themselves up as well. But that bomb killed 17 people. 17 people were killed, and lots of people were injured, and some people were maimed. They were, for the rest of their lives, they were maimed because of that bomb. So now, I'm finished with that side. So let's talk about this circus government we have in South Africa that now went over and had the privilege to sit in the Oval Office with the best president in the world, President Donald Trump. That's why I say, if you listen to it, I'm sure everyone knows what's going on there. You can read the body language there. President Donald J. Trump won. The circus clown, resident South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, not. 0 for you. Now, people are quick to forget history. Very, very quick. So about 125 years ago, white women and children were put into concentration camps because the Boere of South Africa stood up and said, we will not stand under English oppression, the British oppression from England. And the British could not win the war, so they took the women and the children to concentration camps. They had Lord Kitchener and Rhodes implemented the scorched earth policy, and there were very, very ugly war crimes committed against the Boer women and children. So after that war of 1899 to 1903 was finished, in 1910 South Africa became a union, but we still stood under British rule and law. So South Africa was not a country in its own right because we were still under British rule and the law of the Britons. That was up until 1948. That's when we became a union, the Union of South Africa. And then after that, in 1961, on 31 May 1961, was where South Africa was declared a free country without any British rule. We had presidents Verwoerd and that was apartheid's rule, but at least under that regime of what the world now calls apartheid, South Africa was built up. The white man built up electricity supply businesses, or government-owned electricity supply business, to run electricity, to give everyone electricity. We mined coal there from the Northern Transvaal to fire up our coal-fired power stations. Roads were built, railways was built, ISCOR or ISCOR, the Iron Company of South Africa, was put on the map. SAA, South African Airways, was built up. There were sanctions from the rest of the world against South Africa because we were a conservative country with Christian values, and the leftist world did not like it, and they sanctioned us. They stopped all outside aid to South Africa. But still, we prospered. We built our own weapons manufacturing facility, Denel, D-E-N-E-L. We had a war in the old name is Southwest Africa, and new name is Namibia, and Angola, where we fought to keep communism out of the country. There were so many young men from 18 years old. If you finish school, that day you finish school, you go to the army to fight communism. You don't have a choice. Oh, you had two choices. You're conscripted, so you can go to the army or you can go to jail. Only white males, not black males, only white males fought in that Bush War. And that war went on up until 1989. When that war ended, there in Natal, here in Gauteng, Joburg, Soweto, and then Natal, KwaMashu, there were faction fighting between the Inkatha Freedom Party, the IFP, and the ANC. The blacks killed each other, black on black violence. So we were the white boys, the white boys, were deployed to those areas to stop the necklacing and murdering of black on black violence. It was terrible, man. I was there. I was not on the border. I was deployed to the locations where people were necklaced and burned and thrown with rocks and killed. And it's a terrible part of my life in the army I don't want to have over again. So in 1994, when we had our first free election in South Africa and the ANC government took over, when they took over, everything in this country was working. There was no such thing as load shedding or potholes in the road or non-functional railways or ports and ships that did not work. So systematically, this ANC government has broken everything down. They've corrupted it. They have not used any tax money from the people to build up this country. They've only taken the tax money and outside aid money to enrich themselves and corrupt everything. They just break down. So now, 31 years later, we are sitting in shit. Nothing is working. We've got load shedding. You don't know when your electricity will stay on. Here where I live, I can't even go and buy myself some meat for the week or for the month. Because when I put it in the fridge, tomorrow the power is off for 2 or 3 days. And then that meat gets rotten in the fridge. Now you say, yeah, I've got insurance. My insurance doesn't want to pay They've taken that clause out of my insurance policy. They don't want to pay for rotten food that's in my fridge. Because now I have to throw that things away because it's rotten. The cold chain has been broken. And now you all know what happened on the 21st of May when our wonderful resident, not president, resident, without the P, went to the White House and, man, it's a circus, eh? He thought he can take some white guys with him and tell Ramaphosa that there's no farm murders, like he's alleging there's no farm murders in South Africa. Let me tell you something, the genocide that's going on here in South Africa is not just on the white people of South Africa, it's on the colored people, the black people, the Indian people. The genocide is happening among all races because of the government being inefficient. They're inefficient. They open up our borders. They allow the Chinese to come into South Africa to poach our rhinos and crocodiles and pangolins. See that. I'm living here. I see that. That is what is happening. Our country is going for shit under the African National Congress rule. And then they've got their little sidekick, Julius Malema, singing, kill the boer, kill the farmer. Eh? If I stand up now and I sing my own song there, hey, the Human Rights Commission will be on my ass within 12 hours. Man, 6 hours. I'll be locked up into jail if I sing something like that, if I sing that in another way. So, but still, I'm glad you listened to the message. Eh? Tomorrow, it's Sabbath. It's the rest day of our Creator. I call him Yahweh. You may call him God or Elohim. But be blessed, people now. South Africa is not a rainbow nation. That thing flew out the window when Mandela came into power, when the ANC came into power in this country. And I'm glad that President Donald Trump kicked some asses there in the Oval Office. So, if I can relay or tell Mr. Donald Trump something, I want to hear President Donald J. Trump to listen to what I have to say, and that is to not give money to South Africa anymore. Don't give money or aid to South Africa, because the ANC government and his rich cronies, including Rupert and John Steenhuisen, they will corrupt that money and steal it, and they will not use that aid money from America to build up South Africa. They have proven it for the last 31 years with what they will do with money. Where's the COVID-19 $500 billion funds that was given to South Africa? It's misappropriated. It's gone. No one can tell you where it is. Here in South Africa, Julius Malema, that one singing "Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer," that lovely man, he robbed the VBS, Victor Bravo Sierra, VBS Bank. He bankrupted that bank. He looted it empty. Where's the money from VBS? Why does that same president sitting there next to Donald Trump, with a bunch of lies, have money, $20 million or something, hidden on his game farm in the furniture. And then when that money gets stolen, he wants to keep it quiet. There. He wants to tell the thieves that stole that money, keep quiet. So welcome to South Africa. It's a shit show here in South Africa. We've got 142 race-based laws. If you are white, you cannot contribute to the economy. You cannot create jobs. That's more race-based laws than there was before 1994. In 1994, I think there was 17 laws. Now we're sitting on 143 laws now. They want to take away my language and my culture from my children. My white children can't be educated in their own language. No schools have been built since 1994. But they want to come and kill and destroy. Good day to you, my friends. Thank you for listening. For my English listeners, I hope you understand. You must have a blessed day and a blessed weekend. Cheers from South Africa. I appreciate you too. Thank you.